I'm so happy that you could join me today for story time. I hope you've had a wonderful week wherever you've been, the starting of your week. If you've been at school or if you've got to go to Grandma's house, I hope it's been a joyful time for you, and I hope the weather's nice. I hope it's been nice and warm and you could get outside and play. So without further ado, let's get right into our story. Tonight's reading permission has been given by Cottage Door Press, and the name of our story tonight is The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. Once upon a time, there were two little mice. One of them lived in town, and the other one lived in the country. One day, the town mouse went to visit the country mouse. He had never been to the country before, so he was very excited. He packed a small suitcase and went on his way. Country Mouse's home was small and dark, not at all like Town Mouse's home. Lunch was very different too. There was a creamy cheese, juicy apples, and crispy, crunchy hazelnuts. It was all very tasty, but when Town Mouse had finished, well, he was still hungry. After lunch, Country Mouse took Town Mouse for a walk. They went down a sunny path, through a creaky gate, and into a large field. Town Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when moo! What was that? What was that? He asked nervously, scurrying closer to Country Mouse. That's just a cow, said his friend. There are lots of them in the country. It's nothing to be scared of. Town Mouse and Country Mouse strolled on through a flowery meadow and over a grassy hill. Soon they came to a peaceful pond. Town Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when, what was that? What was that? What was that? He asked again, quivering from his nose to his tail. That's just a goose, said his friend. There are lots of them in the country. It's nothing to be scared of. He's learning all about the country life, isn't he? Town Mouse and Country Mouse kept on walking across a rickety old bridge down a sandy track and into a shady forest. Town Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when, tweet-tweet! What was that? What was that? He yelped, and he jumped off the ground in terror. It's an owl, cried Country Mouse. Run for your life! If it catches you, it will eat you up. So the two mice ran and ran until they found a leafy hedge to hide in. Town Mouse was terrified. I don't like the country. I don't like the country at all, he said. Come to stay with me in the town. You'll see how much better it is. Well, Country Mouse had never been to the town before, so he packed a small rucksack and went to stay with his friend. Town Mouse's home was huge and grand, not at all like Country Mouse's home. Lunch was very different too. Instead of apples and nuts, there were sandwiches and cupcakes and chocolates. Lots and lots and lots of them. It was tasty, but soon Country Mouse began to feel a little bit ill, a little bit sick. After dinner, the friends went out for a walk. They walked past shops and offices and houses. Country Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when, beep, beep! What is that? What is that? He asked fearfully, looking about him. Well, that's just a car, said his friend. There are lots of them in the town. It's nothing to be afraid of. Then the mice, they started walking through a park, past a church, and down a wide road. Country Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when, Neener, Neener! What's that? He asked, his whiskers twitching. Well, that's a fire engine. There are lots of them in town. It's nothing to be afraid of. They're not used to the sounds of the country or the town, are they? As the mice pitter-pattered home, they passed a playground, a school, a pretty garden. Country Mouse was just starting to enjoy himself when, meow! What's that? What is that? He squeaked, his eyes wide as saucers. It's a cat! Cried Tailed Mouse. Run for your life! If it catches you, it will eat you up! So the two mice ran and ran all the way back to the town mouse's home. Country Mouse was terrified. I don't like the town. I don't like the town at all. I'm going home, he said. But how can you be happy living near the cows and the geese and the horrible owls? Said the town mouse. They don't scare me, cried Country Mouse. How can you be happy living near the cars and the fire engines and those terrible cats? Well, they don't scare me, said the town mouse. The two mice looked at each other. Who was right and who was wrong? They would simply never agree, so they shook hands and went their separate ways. Tail Mouse to his grand home, and Country Mouse to his cozy home. Home, sweet home, said Tail Mouse, sighing a deep, happy sigh. Home, sweet home, said the Country Mouse, smiling with a big, happy smile. And the two of them lived happily ever after, each in his own way. The end. Well, Gammie hopes you enjoyed tonight's story. That was a good story, and it's so true. What one person enjoys and likes, another person might not, and that's okay. That's what makes us all individuals and special in our own way. We don't have to like what other people like, but we need to be respectful of what other people like. But it's okay to have different opinions and different likes and interests. That's what makes the world so fun, and having different friends. It would be a very boring place if we all liked the same thing. So Gammie hopes you enjoyed tonight's story, and if you did, Gammie would love it if you would give me a big thumbs up and like and subscribe and share. I would appreciate that so much, and I appreciate you coming back every story time to visit Gammie at Gammie's Bedtime Stories. And until story time again, boys and girls, God bless you all and sweet dreams. Bye-bye.